Welcome to yet another lecture on our killer website project. Now it's time to build the sign up section. So in this section we have 3 pricing plans side by side, and each of these plans has 3 parts: the price, the description, and a sign up button. We want the user to choose the first plan because it's the most profitable for the company. So it appears as the first plan and also with the full call to action button. So the new things we'll learn in this lecture are how to design with CSS border radius and how to create box shadows. All the other things we'll do in this lecture use concepts that you're already familiar with, which is pretty cool. So here we are back in our HTML file, which already has more than 250 lines of code. This is quite impressive. So yet another section here, which I'll call section plans. Okay. And I will add a new row here in which I will add the H2 title, such as in many of the other sections. So let me get the text for this section in our document, and here it is. And paste it down here. So the title here is Start Eating Healthy Today. It's actually right here. Alright. So I'm speeding things up a little bit because by now you're already familiar with most of this stuff. So as you saw in the sketch that I showed you before, we have 3 columns here, where each column is a pricing plan. So call and span 1 of 3. Now the question is, how are we going to organize our code inside of each of these boxes? I will now actually create another div inside of this column, and you will later understand why I'm doing this. I'll call this one plan box, but it has a pretty good reason actually. And as I said, I will explain you later the importance of doing it this way. So as I said, each of these pricing plans will have 3 sections. So I create 3 divs here. The first one is for the price, then another one for the details, and yet another one for the sign up button. So let me check the text here. So the first one is the premium. So let's copy this and let's reuse our H3 title. So this one is the premium. And now we need to put the price of $399 here. So I will make a paragraph with this and call this paragraph plan price. And in this case, we have to attribute a class name to this paragraph because we will have multiple paragraphs, and then with a class name it's the easiest way to select those paragraphs later for the CSS code. So $399 per month, and then the other text we have down there, and this one will be plan price month for this text. So that's the price per month. Actually it's the price per meal, so let's change this to meal. Okay, nice. Now we have some details here, and as before I will use an unordered list in order to show these details. And now a list element. I think we should use an icon here, like a check mark, and you already know where to find them. We will again use our icon font here, and let's find here in our iOS inspired icons a check mark, and it's easy to find actually. So I will take this code and create an icon here. So a check mark and then the text that we want here. So 1 meal every day. And now we'll actually just duplicate this with Command D. So order 24/7. Creations. And free delivery. Okay, great. So this is the HTML for the second section of this pricing plan. And now the last one. And this one should be pretty easy because it's just a sign up button and we already had that before. So href again points to nowhere, and then our class is the button class we used before, and we want a full button for this pricing plan. And the text that should go here is sign up, simple as that. Sign up now. Okay, great. So I think this is a good HTML structure. So let's copy this and paste it here 2 more times for the other two. This is Pro and it's 149 per month. So the Pro is 149 per month, and that's only $14.90 per meal. Per meal, all right. And 1 meal for 10 days. Or 24/7 is the same, and the rest is all the same. So now here, starter, and we have 19 per meal. So this is a little different. I'll put it right this. And we actually don't have this paragraph here because it's the price per meal is already 19. So let's delete this, or actually not delete it. We'll just leave it empty. And now right here it's just 1 meal. Order from 8 to 12. Free delivery is here. And this one will be empty. And since it's empty, it shouldn't have a check mark, but we can put like a cross there, like this here. This will be better. Alright, so this is our text. And one more thing to change here, because we had a full button for the first pricing plan, but here we want a ghost button. I hope you remember those. We had them in the first section. So let's check this out. And here it is. Okay. So as you would expect, this is not yet formatted. The only formatted things are the buttons, because we already did that before, such as the H3 elements and the title, as always. So in the next lecture, it's then time to format the whole thing. I'm waiting for you there.